send it back to you. I know what I'm excited about of the Stanford football season, which I know sounds weird because I'm a Cal grad, but now I work for the Pac-12 network. It's led to some very confusing moments for me. But I know what I'm excited about. But if you could just give, a little bit of an opening statement on what you're excited about this fall coming down on the farm.
Well, I think across the conference, you got a lot of exciting football players back. Bryce Love, of course, at the head of that. We've got an outstanding quarterback at Washington, an underrated running back at Washington is also outstanding, a freak show of a quarterback at the University of Arizona that I don't know how anybody is planning to stop, and resurgent teams all across the conference. And I think the way that certain running back at that table over there played against us last year was outstanding. Watch and see what Justin's been able to do at Cal. I think it's exciting times in talking about the depth of our conference, and it's one of the few conferences where it's not just the top 3 or 4. It's 6, 7 deep of anybody that could win this conference every single year. So I think it's going to be exciting. There are going to be a lot of close games, a lot of games won in the fourth quarter. I like where we are right now, returning Bryce Love, of course, first and foremost, an outstanding football player. Going to graduate early from Stanford with a degree in biology, human biology, wants to be a doctor, just a phenomenal human being. 4 returners on the offensive line, a great group of tight ends, some senior leadership from our receivers, which is exciting, a young quarterback and KJ Costello that's just getting started, we believe, and a lot of great talent returning on defense with some young guys that have to step up. So I think we have a lot of work to do this training camp before we start playing, but I'm excited and look forward to the work.
As far as advice that you look back on, you've obviously worked with a ton of incredible coaches. I mean, John Gruden, when you were with the Raiders, so many coaches that you've worked with while you've been on the farm. Is there a piece of advice or a phrase or anything that you come back to when things get challenging for you as a Stanford coach?
Absolutely, and I couldn't tell you where I got it from, but it's the advice I give our players every once in a while too, because I think it's very apropos to their worlds right now, which is simplify your life, right? Which encompasses a lot of the things that these two coaches just said, which is, have somebody in your life that you can ask questions to. Like for me, it was some of the older coaches that have been that were removed from my situation just so they could give me an outside perspective. Learning from your own positives and negatives, being able to really look at what the next challenge is and make sure you're not looking beyond that next challenge. Those are like that sounds so simple, but it keeps you away from all the insanity and nonsense. College football is phenomenal, and it's bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's the best it's ever been. It's the most exciting it's ever been, and there's so many other things that just don't matter. They don't matter when it comes down to playing great football and having your guys graduate. And if you can strip it down to those things, it makes our decisions so much easier. It makes our lives so much easier, and we give so much more clarity to the young men that we coach. We try to focus on what's really, really important, and more often than not, it's doing the simple things, doing the small things, being a good person, going to class, working hard in football, surround yourself with good people. You have a chance to be successful.